Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? Coach Chad here, the CEO of the Next Level Coaching Academy. I hope you guys are doing amazing. It is great to be back. I'm officially a married man. I just got back from Cabo, which I spent 8 days there getting married and then having a mini moon with Caitlin as well. And it was an absolutely amazing experience. It felt like a dream. It felt like a movie. And lucky for you guys, Caitlin and I are going to break down the whole entire thing in one of the next couple of podcasts coming up. But today I have a different message. I've been able to reflect a lot being in Cabo, getting married, and then spending time in Cabo with my wife after getting married as well. And I feel like I have a really powerful message for men. And the reason I feel like I can speak on this is I used to be this way prior to getting married. And now that I have the experience of getting married, I feel a completely different way. If you are a female listening to this, send this to one of your male friends who you feel like needs to see it. If you're a man listening to this, listen up. All right. So what I want to talk about is men. Don't be afraid to commit to love. Don't be afraid to get married. Don't be afraid to commit your life to one individual. And the reason I feel like I can speak on this is this was something I was petrified of as a younger adult. Between the ages of 18 to 24, maybe honestly, probably between the ages of 18 to 20, 27, maybe. I was scared to get married, if I'm being completely honest. I was petrified of it. And I do think as a young male, 18 to 24, maybe committing yourself to one individual at that stage of your life isn't what you need to do. You probably need to find yourself as a man, right? What do you want to do with your career? What do you want your relationships to look like? Which means you have to date around and figure that out. What do you want your friendships to look like? What values are important to you, right? These are all things that we have to do as men in a self-discovery phase as young adults. But as we grow older, I do believe that your goal should be to commit your life to one individual, which is contrary, and it's sad to say, it's contrary to what's being talked about in modern society, right? Modern society, the traditional household, the traditional family is being propagated against, right? And things like polygamy and having multiple partners is being propagated for, right? And I'm a traditionalist. I do believe in the traditional household. I do believe in the traditional family. I do believe that that is an appropriate structure that provides success at the root and core of the family. All right. But like I said, I was not always that way. I was the individual that was scared to get married. And now that I am married, I have a completely different viewpoint, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. All right. So where does this all come from, right? Where does being scared of marriage come from? Honestly, I believe it comes from weak men in Hollywood. All right. The stigma that's pushed in Hollywood and the stigma that is sung by weak men is that marriage is bad. Your life is over if you get married, right? Oh, the old ball and chain, right? We hear it all the time. You see it in Hollywood movies. And then if you are a man, you've probably been told that by other men. But I challenge you to think about, what does that man's life look like that has told you those things? It's a weak individual. It's probably somebody who's unhappy in their career. It's probably somebody who's unhappy with their physical state. And it's probably somebody who's completely unhappy in their relationships as well. All right. And they say these things to justify their own position in life. The ball and chain, right? Don't get married. Your life will be over, right? Just keep partying, keep doing one night stands. The people who say that are extremely unfulfilled. They don't have anything that they are servicing, right? And their lives, if you look at it as a whole, is probably not one that you want to live. All right. But these stigmas are what made me scared to get married, right? You hear it all the time. Once again, Hollywood, other men, your life is over if you get married, right? And if I'm being honest and having some self-reflection, that was the reason why I was scared to get married in the first place. All right, but I couldn't have been more wrong, like I said. All right, so we have Hollywood pushing this message, and not to get too tinfoil hat on you, but I believe that Hollywood is pushing this message to keep men weak. And why do they want to keep men weak? Because then they're easier to control, right? And the opposite is true. Men, our purpose, this is our purpose as a man. Our purpose as a man is to protect and to provide. All right, and you can't protect and provide if you are not married and you have nobody to protect and nobody to provide for. And I also believe that what sets a male's soul on fire, what makes a man feel like a man, what makes a man happy is protecting and providing, right? Because it's ingrained deeply into our DNA, right? Back in the day when we were hunters and gatherers, men protected the family from other tribes, from animals, and they went out and they provided, right? They killed the big animal. They were able to provide to their family. They're able to provide to the tribe. And I do believe that that sets a male's soul on fire. And I do believe that is the purpose of men. So I do also believe that these notions, right? Marriage is bad, is being propagated by Hollywood to keep men away from being men. Because if a man is a man, he's harder to control. But if a man is not a man and is not living his purpose, he is easier to control. And I know I'm getting tinfoil hat, but this is my truth. This is what I believe. All right, so let's dive in a little bit deeper. Like I said, a man's purpose is to provide to their significant others, to provide to their family, and to live out and provide to their purpose and their passion. And you can only do that if you have a purpose and passion to live for, and you have a significant other and a family to provide for. And that's my belief now. Now that I'm on the other side of it, now that I've committed my life to Caitlin, I truly, and I say this with my heart of heart, I feel extremely happy as a man. I have my passion in my career with NLCA. I have my person that I'm going to provide for. And in the future, I'm going to have a family to provide for as well. And I couldn't feel more happy as a man. And like I said, I've been on both sides. I've been the man who is scared to get married, and now I am the man who is married. And I'm much happier as the man who is married than the one who is scared to be married. I feel a lot more grounded as an individual. I feel a lot more grounded on who I am, what my identity is, my purpose on this earth. And I feel like a lot of men are missing that. And that's why suicide rates for men is so freaking high, because I feel like they are missing this simple core element of being a man, which is to protect and to provide. So my biggest message that I want to push is, if you are a man and you are listening to this and you feel and you've considered marriage, but maybe you're scared to be married, don't be. Because if you're ignoring marriage for what are you ignoring marriage for? One night stands, partying, beers with the boys, all that's temporary, right? All that's temporary, all that's quick fix bullshit, right? But what lasts forever is love, is service, is values, is passion. All that is forever. And only that can happen if you commit yourself to one individual. So that's my message. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a shorter one, but it's something I wanted to chat about. And that's something I'm not going to hold back from on my podcast anymore. I know this podcast is a business podcast for fitness professionals, but I also feel like it's a platform for me to talk about some of the things that I believe and some of the thoughts that I have that I think can help other individuals as well. And I really do believe that what's missing for most men is this: the ability to protect and the ability to provide. So with that, if you're a female and you listen to this, send this to one of your male friends. If you're a male and you listen to this, I hope this helped. And if you have any questions, or you want to chat, or you want to pick my brain even more, shoot me a DM and we can chat further. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.